Solo, a Star Wars story. God, I love that title. We're going to be giving the Rotten Tomatoes predictions for Solo, a Star Wars story. We're going to be giving the critic score, the audience score, and also the average rating. So here we go. Now we know that Ron Howard is, of course, directing this. He took over for Phil Lord and Chris Miller. It was a whole interesting situation that happened. And we know that Alden Ehrenreich is playing Han Solo, which is, kind of been a little controversial for some people who don't think he looks like him or sounds like him. But obviously, we'll judge the performance after we see the film. But that's going to be the interesting thing that's taken away from this is how do people accept him as Han Solo? But that's not what you guys came here for. You came here for the score. So let's go with let's start off with the critic score. Now, the critics have been very, very friendly when it comes to the Disney Star Wars films, from Force Awakens to Rogue One, A Star Wars Story, to Star Wars The Last Jedi. So I think it's going to be somewhere in the same trend. I'm going to go probably around about an 83%. I think it's going to get on Rotten Tomatoes from the critic side. What about you, Jason?
Thinking like 78. I mean, not great, not terrible, somewhere kind of in that middle range.
Now let's go into the audience score. Now again, I think the biggest telling tale of what this is going to be is, again, obviously we got to see a good story, but I think it's going to be Alden Ehrenreich's performance. Do people accept him as Han Solo? Because that's what a lot of fans, base their emotion on. Like, do they see things? Because it is canon, obviously, to Harrison Ford's Han Solo, so that's going to be a big thing. Do they accept him? And that's what this score is going to be based off. From that, I'm going to guess on that note, I'm going to go about an 82 on this one also, somewhere around there.
See, I think for whatever reason, people are going to be riding the hate train from Last Jedi. So, I'm hoping I'm wrong, but I'm thinking the audience is going to give it closer to 70 or even 68, something like that. I don't know. There's too much of a hangover maybe from the last movie. I mean, I like the last movie, but it definitely has its issues, and I'm hoping this movie kind of doesn't. I mean, this is obviously its own thing, but you never know how audiences are going to react. So.
No, that's very true. And I mean, who could have predicted that Last Jedi was going to get a 47% from the audience score? It did get a 93 from the critic score, which is obviously still very good. But if you would have told me before the movie it's going to get a 47 from the audience, I would have said, no way, that's impossible. So, no, it's definitely interesting. But no, we'll see. We'll see. That's why we make these predictions. We try to look either, smart or foolish, but we'll see what happens. So now for the tough one, the average rating. Now, this one, I'm going to go more in the 7 range. I think 7 out of 10 is more appropriate. Again, I see, from the trailers, action-wise, it looks really sick. Obviously, a lot of the Chewbacca scenes look amazing and intense. And I like the dark tone and, the atmosphere that this movie is creating. And some of the characters do look interesting, and some of the relationships could be cool. And I think you pointed out in one of our other videos we shot is, how good is the dialogue going to be and the substance that's involved in this story? Because that's what's going to pull us in. But obviously the big thing is Alden Ehrenreich at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, it's really based off his performance and also obviously all the other characters and the story and all that. But I don't know, I haven't really watched many of the trailers, so I don't really know exactly what to expect. I'm kind of just trying to go in with no expectation, but kind of thinking maybe around a 7. That's kind of a safe pick, but
yeah.
I'm not expecting huge things, and I don't think it's going to suck. So I think it's going to be kind of right in the middle.
Oh, hopefully it's amazing. And just last things that I think again for this film is really going out on a limb, and I have a good feeling about this prediction. See what I did there? My Star Wars reference. I'm pretty sure that Han Solo is going to survive in this film. I know, going way out on a limb. Going way out on a limb. He should be in that cantina in A New Hope, but yeah, no. Obviously, we know what happens, but that's not going to matter if we are into it in terms of the story, and he's actually giving us a performance that we really feel is worthy of him having that Harrison Ford torch. It's not going to matter that obviously we know he does end up surviving in the film, because we care about what's going on in the moment, and we're invested in the story and what's going on with the interactions. And obviously the big, some of the things really quickly just to end this video that I want to see. Obviously, I want to see, him doing the Kessel Run in 12 parsecs. I think that's one of the big things. How he wins the Millennium Falcon from Lando Calrissian using that dice we saw literally of one scene, one moment in Star Wars A New Hope when Chewbacca, puts the blaster in, and you see the dice there when they're about to leave from Tatooine. So it's going to be cool to see how that dice, which made an appearance in The Last Jedi, an emotional appearance, we're going to see how that plays into the whole thing with him winning in the gambling. So we'll see what happens. Again, I think you said it best. Not having my expectations too high because I don't want to be disappointed. But if it's amazing, I'll be happy. But we'll see.
But yeah, I just kind of want to see, a good story, good acting, just a good portrayal of Han Solo that we all know, and one that is worthy of, him living up to what we all know from Star Wars. So we'll have to see. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Let us know your predictions in the comments section. And if you guys like these videos, you can hit the subscribe button.
Great kid. Don't get cocky. See you guys next time.